Hello and welcome to HAZMAT, the only show whose untimely murder is going to be solved by the rat in the attic.
That's too. I don't like that because that's too real and you're giving away too many things.
We have a rat in the attic. I'm Matt.
And I'm Harry.
And this is the monthly thing, the part of the show that hasn't been monthly for quite some time.
Yeah, life happened. A lot of
Life
changes
happens.
were made.
I've had several jobs within the last year. Lots of changing. We're trying our best to keep going. But yeah, we've slipped behind on these months. So what we're going to do with this episode is going to have a little catch up. We're going to just talk about some highlights and some lowlights from each month. I think we're about 4 months behind, so we've got quite a bit to get through. But yeah, we're going to just talk about the films kind of as we normally do. You know, whether we recommend them, what we thought about them, how we felt watching them. I had to get that bit out there.
That's the catchphrase.
That's the catchphrase.
That's the iconic line.
Had to get it out. It didn't feel right. We couldn't get into the episode without doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've still been hitting the cinema, as the saying goes. So yeah, we're gonna just try and remember what the fuck we saw in February and March.
Yeah, 3 career changes and at least 2 mental breakdowns later.
It's all been happening. A rat in the attic as well. So
let's tell them about the broken oven.
the oven's broken. Sorry guys, we haven't uploaded in 6 months. The oven's broken.
The oven's broken.
So we're gonna start with February. First up, send help.
Yeah, if this is the part where we are going to give you our address because the oven's broken, the rat's causing havoc, and we
Send
just
help.
this is a plea.
Send help.
This is a plea.
This is nothing to do with the film. We need help. If Rachel McAdams could come around and fix it,
Or if Sam Raimi could come around and fix it.
or if Dylan O'Brien wants to come as well, I don't mind.
Or one of the others, maybe.
Anyone else in this film?
Anyone else that might have
Maybe
been in
then.
this film. Weren't in it for long.
Recommend from me.
I'd say not a particularly strong, but still a recommend as a fun time.
It was fun. The latest Sam Raimi thing, he clearly just kind of let loose with this one, I feel like, and just did his thing. Yeah, fun. Shipwrecked story, if you will.
No longer constrained by the shackles of the MCU.
Yeah.
Can actually just kind of put a bit of originality, a bit of his own flair into it.
Yeah, can do lots of fun stuff.
A lot more horror. He's definitely a big horror guy.
Yeah, there's some good horror stuff in this, like a couple of jumpy moments, a lot of gore, but very much a comedy though as well.
There's definitely always been that balance, I feel like, even with, the early stuff like The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
There's always been a sort of campness to it. You even think about stuff like that original Spider-Man trilogy. There's a weird mix of there's plenty of comedy, but there's also sort of horror moments in there as well, especially with stuff the Green Goblin's doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, that guy's a psycho.
A weird freak. Hey,
see what he gets up
get
to.
him gone. No, get him gone.
Willem Dafoe, you're a bit too good at playing psychos, mate.
It's something you want to tell us.
You're a weird guy.
You're a weird guy.
You see that interview where he's like, I'm aware I have a weird face. Did you see that? It's crazy. I'm like, I feel so bad.
I feel so bad, but at least he's
owning it.
It hasn't, and at least it hasn't hampered his career.
Oh no, I mean it's improved it. He's such a unique looking guy. You can cast him in some crazy roles. But yeah, I just remember that interview. It was ages ago, maybe last year. But yeah, he was just I'm aware that I'm kind of ugly. Whatever, I don't care.
Who cares? They'll put me in.
Kind of strange looking.
I'm talented enough that it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It means he can play insane characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, just a good time. I don't have super loads to say about it. It was fun to see Rachel McAdams doing a sort of wacky, gory comedy thing. She's kind of been about. I feel like she hasn't done much for a while before this.
Yeah, weirdly, the last thing I remember her being in before this was the Eurovision.
Oh yeah. I was hoping you weren't going to say The Notebook.
No,
that was about 20 years ago.
No.
Yeah,
the last thing I remember her being in was Mean Girls.
To be fair, she was in Dave, the Little Dicky show. She had a cameo in that for an episode.
I was thinking the Eddie Murphy thing. That's Meet Dave.
That's Meet Dave.
Yeah, that's Meet Dave. It's not anything groundbreaking happening, I feel like it's just refreshing to see Sam Raimi do something original again. like I said, like it seemed like he was kind of hampered by the superhero. At least with the Spider-Man stuff, he got to kind of do his own thing. But obviously, the Doctor Strange movie, he was under a lot of constraints as to what he could. I reckon if Sam Raimi when they gave him full creative freedom, it would have been much more of like a horror experience.
Yeah, it definitely had elements of that in that film, but overall still felt like a lot of directors in the MCU get hampered by the Marvel machine just because they all have to fit a thing. So yeah, it's cool to see him able to just let loose again with this one and not have the shackles of Disney
Too many
on him.
cooks, too many
cooks. Too many cooks. So yeah, just a fun time. Nothing much deeper to say, really. Reminded me a lot of Chipwrecked, which is one of my favourite films of all time.
Yeah,
so
definitely a top
3.
86.
Top 3 Alvin and the Chipmunks films for sure. Next up, good luck, have fun, don't die. Again, this is not to do with the film. I'm just telling you how to live your life.
This is not a warning. It's not a threat.
A recommend from me, a little bit stronger than Send Help.
Yeah, I'd say stronger recommend. Definitely in terms of like originality and creativity and its storytelling and its narrative. Yeah,
really, just a bit mad. This film kind of goes all over the place. Sam Rockwell in the lead, always great at playing like a crazy dude. He's like a time traveler in this. Zazie Beetz' first appearance in today's episode, not the last. And yeah, smattering of other characters here and actors, like a fun ensemble cast that were trying to solve this mission. There was a bit of a time loop thing going on in there.
Yeah.
Just loads of these cool sci-fi concepts kind of packed into one. Becomes kind of an allegory for like AI and things like that. But yeah, just overall, I think it was a lot of fun. Very video game-esque almost in a way. Like he was trying to complete a mission, kept failing, had to go back to the start.
Respawn, start again.
Yeah, like trying different ways out.
A lot of
exits,
different,
like
a lot of different sort of tech concepts thrown in there. Which said coming out of it is very like Black Mirror-esque, especially in sort of the first half where it's almost like an anthology series.
Yeah.
Follow like different characters and how they kind of get into the diner that night and what happened prior to that and the experiences they had gone through and why they're sort of the quote unquote right group.
Yeah, I always love when a film does that structurally. It was a bit like Weapons, where you kind of get added context based on whose perspective you're watching from. I always love that sort of thing. And the way they weave them all together, and each one has their own motivations and plot lines going on, and how they develop together and stuff. I think it was just generally constructed very well in that way. And maybe one of the first films to tackle AI this sort of head on at the moment, like AI as we know it now. Like obviously there's been tons of like fucking Terminator going back that far, but like AI is in like, you know, the artwork, the stuff that's happening on the internet.
Yeah, they
generative
specifically
AI.
Mention stuff about prompts and
exactly. And I feel like we're not at the point where that's being explored yet because it is so new, like relatively.
Yeah, when people think about like AI as like an evil concept, it's like you said, it's like the Skynet situation. It's the like the supercomputer that has an evil personality. That's
but it's like flipped nowadays because AI has just become kind of this blanket term for shitty internet slop.
Yeah,
which like obviously, I mean, you know, it's generative AI, but a lot of people are just putting it under that one kind of AI label. So I feel like this film is the first to kind of tackle the slop side of AI. It's just how stupid and ridiculous it is, and how bad as well that it just looks and feels and sounds. Yeah. So I thought they did that very well. I don't want to give away like loads of it because a lot of that is in kind of the third act, I feel like, right?
Yeah, it really kind of just goes off the rails like once it hits its sort of its final stretch. Yeah,
once it's got kind of all the contexts and parallel plot lines out the way and we're all sort of together on the mission. It just goes very balls to the wall. But it's also the kind of film that doesn't really let up at any point. It does feel like it's pretty pedal to the metal. Is that the phrase?
Yeah,
I used to say pedal to the metal. It doesn't make any sense at all. Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. It sounds better in an American accent, that phrase.
Yeah, I think we
Pedal to the metal.
just should say pedal to the floor. I guess
Pedal to the floor
is how we say it.
It's in Top Gear the whole time.
Yeah,
that's a British reference.
I think they just tonally they nailed it because the whole thing was just so chaotic and it was so many concepts and so many ideas, which normally like makes the movie messy and hard to follow. But like I think because tonally that was kind of what they were going for.
Yeah,
it was a very chaotic feel, and I guess they were like playing on like the randomness of all like the stuff that AI kind of spits out at you, like all the like inconsistencies and it just kind of works. They made it work.
Yeah, they made it work. The chaos was like built in almost to the plot, so it's like forgivable if there's certain points that get really like muddled up.
Yeah.
But again, it's a bit like Send Help. It's just like a ride of a film. It was like just a fun time. So yeah, well done, Gore Verbinski. Seal of approval from us here at HAZMAT Studios.
It means nothing. It's worthless.
Last up for February, The Moment. When I'm in the club, I want to hear them club classics. Club classics. Charlie XCX, my goat. She made a film as kind of the finale to the Brat era, which has been her biggest era to date. I've been a Charlie fan for a long time, right? I think she's genuinely one of the most interesting and inventive musical artists of our time. I think she's always been at the forefront of doing very niche genres of pop music. And so the way Brat has blown up has been so crazy because it was almost like a just throw it out there sort of project. And it was all about deconstructing fame and image and all that sort of stuff. So this movie explores that as well. It's a mockumentary. She plays herself in it.
Yeah.
Jamie Demetrio's in this, which is always fun as her. I think PA. He's basically playing the same character, just without the accent. Yeah, I'm always rooting for her. I'm always following whatever she's doing, and I just think it was such a perfect encapsulation, this film, of the Brat era. So it's definitely a recommend from me if you're a fan of her. Uses the mockumentary format very well. Bloody Skarsgård's in this. I forgot.
Which one?
The tall one.
Bill? Alexander?
Could be. No, not Bill. Alexander. The older one. But not Stella.
The one from True
Not
Blood.
the dad. Yes. He's in this. As like a kind of artsy, like fartsy director guy. Yeah. Just brilliant. Great film. Lots of fun. I just think she's so cool.
Killer question. Gooder or not as gooder as Hurry Up Tomorrow?
Oh. Hurry Up Tomorrow's a classic. Okay. I think The Weeknd is one of the most interesting and innovative artists of our time. Yeah, 100% better than Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Okay, but...
Did the concept so much better in such a way more fun way.
But better or worse than Don't Worry, Darling?
Listen, I think Harry Styles is one of the most inventive and innovative artists of our time. I think she blew it out of the water. I think she can do anything. Charlie, call me.
Number on screen now.
My number is on the screen. There's a rat in the attic. If you want to come round.
There's a brat in the attic.
There's a brat in the attic. Which brings us to March. First up for March, Project Hail Mary, the big one.
The big one. Maybe the biggest
of the year
so far, release wise.
Just in terms of like culturally, people talking about it.
In terms of like hype behind it.
Yeah, there are straight up stan accounts for this one film. I always find that so fascinating when it happens, and it's happened a few times. It happened for The Long Walk last year, I noticed, where people are standing a singular film, not franchise,
and not even characters,
not
from
series,
it.
Not even a character or an actor from it. The film.
Just the film.
Just watching that every day. Like, that's all you have. You have 2 hours of content to stand over and that's it. And like a book that it's based on. It's crazy. I mean, it's like, it's great. It's like someone's so passionate about that. But I'm like, immediately you're like, I'm making an account for this. I'm only going to talk about this. I'm only going to post about this. But hey.
I think it's more of a reflection on the state of the economy that people are unemployed. People can't find jobs and they have too much time in their hands now.
They're seeing Project Hail Mary 3 times a day for 2 weeks.
That's what they're doing with their free time.
Yeah.
Because no one's hiring
That's all they can do. But Project Hail Mary is a pretty strong recommend from me.
So yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Bit of a theme this month, but lots of fun.
It's
But a bit more substance to this one, I think.
I think it's been a running theme for a lot of stuff this year. I haven't really seen anything in regards to sort of being the big film that grabs me in terms of how like it's a artistic integrity and like it's creative filmmaking and like shot composition, all of that. It's mostly just been things that have just been really competent and have told fun stories with engaging characters.
Yeah, it's very telling that we see this as kind of the film of the year in terms of that. And it is like a fairly straightforward kind of sci-fi drama. Really, really well done. But yeah, like not doing anything super innovative with the form of film. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we've had the big one yet, and this is kind of the placeholder until that happens.
I think the biggest difference with it in terms of what sets it apart from a lot of the other big sort of sci-fi epics is how much of a bottle movie it is.
Yeah,
of that it's one guy in his own ship, whereas like you look at something like Star Trek or Star Wars where it's constant like this planet, all of these different worlds, all of these different creatures, all of these different people that you're meeting. The only time you meet other characters is through like flashback sequences, really.
Yeah, like Ryan Gosling is carrying like a lot of this film. He's obviously had a pretty great run generally in the last sort of decade or more. Barbie, well, we didn't like the Fall Guy, which I think is his last one before this.
I think the Fall Guy was should have been better than it was.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't blame. I think Ryan Gosling did.
He was good
his
in it,
best with what he was given.
Yeah, he's sort of shot to another level of stardom after playing Ken in the Barbie movie.
He was finally sort of seen as like a leading man after that.
Right?
Point.
Yeah. Because he's always been like pretty huge, but there was something about that, and there's something about him now where he's just on like a stratospheric level where anything he does is going to be,
I think,
pretty successful.
Yeah,
like
the kind of movies he was in before that weren't like big blockbuster events or
yeah. There's like things like The Nice Guys, Notebook, a lot of sort of rom-com comedy stuff. So always fun to see him. I think he did carry this film very well. Showed a lot of range. A lot of the comedy hit for me, a lot of the emotion hit for me as well. And obviously the character of Rocky, the alien that he meets, is just a great example of like, animated sidekick kind of vibes, where the chemistry and the banter between them is just so much fun and so rewarding to watch as well emotionally. As someone who loves a little critter, I love Rocky.
I mean, sometimes all you need to do to make a sci-fi movie work is just have, a regular-sized guy and then a small little CGI companion.
And a small weirdo. Yeah, I think they played off it so well. And yeah, the fact that Ryan Gosling was presumably doing that to... Well, I think they had a puppet. But, it's like, it's different.
Tennis ball.
That's
tennis ball acting if I've ever seen it.
They refused to say the lines. He had to just time it himself. Absolute nightmare for Ryan. But yeah, I think it's a lot different. I can imagine acting opposite a person versus like a puppet or a CGI creation or whatever, or like a man in a morph suit. Yeah. I think the fact that he was still able to carry this film basically on his own is an impressive feat, and it's a fairly long film as well. It's like over 2 hours ish.
Yeah,
and feels big in scope as well. But like you say, environmentally, is a lot more contained, and so yeah, just having him be so captivating, I think, really is what glues the film together.
It's an interesting like framing narrative I get of sort of the closer they get to the thing that is like the big disaster, the big sort of scientific anomaly that's going to destroy everything, is where it's the most fun. and like every time we flash back to Earth, it's just bleak.
Yeah.
In comparison to how much like fun like their escapades they're having in space are.
Yeah, because like the Earth is like they're speeding towards like an apocalypse, basically, almost dystopian-esque. Whereas in space it's like him and Rocky just like smash cut back to him and Rocky just like dancing down the hull of the ship or whatever. But Sandra Hüller in this as the like head scientist or head not scientist. I don't know what her fucking role was. I forgot.
Okay, yeah.
It was something like that. Anyway, she sings Harry Styles at karaoke at one point.
I guess she's just the project head of.
Like the leader.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people criticizing this film for being millennial humor, quirky Tumblr chungus millennial humor. We're the perfect age for that, so fine by me.
the Marvelization is kind of like condition our brains to think any quip, like the quips and the one-liners, and
like obviously it can be done so badly, but I think this film lands it pretty well. And I think as far as I can tell, that's how the books are generally written. It's Andrew Weir who did The Martian as well. And it's that sort of vibe. I've never read the books. I don't tend to like that as much in books, weirdly, but I think they made it work in the films.
Yeah, very surprising. One of the more surprising films for us, at least, because I think we both kind of went into it expecting it to be a generic sort of blockbuster sci-fi slop, and then we're like, no, they did a good job with this.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I remember thinking literally like people were starting to talk about it a lot, and when we saw the trailers, I was like, it's just Ryan Gosling doing like a schlocky sci-fi thing or whatever. But then everyone started talking about it, and I was like, oh, maybe we should see this. Like everyone's talking about it, and then it became like the main movie of like the month.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, turned out to be great, very well deserving. So, oh my god, his surname is Grace, and it's Project Hail Mary because Hail Mary full of grace. Oh my god, guys!
And Grace rhymes with space.
And he rhymes with space. He's called Rocky because he's a boxer.
Grace like Grace Anatomy.
It's Grace like Graceland. I'm going to Graceland.
She should have sung Elvis.
From Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. I always sing that song as if it's an Elvis song. It's not. It's Paul Simon.
It's not. It's Will Smith.
Get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. Woo! This episode's a fever dream.
Yeah.
Next up, How to Make a Killing.
Incredibly ironically named because I think they sold 2 tickets and it was us.
Incredibly aptly named. Glenn Powell killed himself after this came out.
I've not seen him since. I've not seen him. I've not heard from him since.
And he'd check in with us if he was still kicking. He checks in with us every Monday.
Almost all the time.
He checks in with us every Monday, and it's been 3 months.
It's actually a struggle to get away from him a lot of the time. He's so needy. He's so needy.
He loves us, which is strange because we talk shit about him more than we talk well about him.
Yeah, we keep saying he's like good but not multifaceted, and I don't think he understands that that's a criticism in a way.
No. This is our first non-recommend, I believe.
Yeah, how to make a killing? More like how to make a good movie. That should have followed that advice.
More like how to make me yawn in a cinema.
How to make everyone leave.
Fucking hell. This shit is
ass.
This shit sucks. Glenn Powell doing kind of an American Psycho thing doesn't work at all. He's too charming. He keeps trying to have range. He doesn't have range. Play a charming guy. Like, you were in Twisters.
Do Twisters.
You were fine in
Twisters
that.
Was good.
You need to be the charming lead, man. Do some rom-coms. What the fuck are you trying to do?
Just be a handsome man. We're all thinking it. Just be a handsome man who's charming.
You can't be angry. Do you remember The Running Man?
Don't be a killer. Don't be a gritty survivalist.
It doesn't work for you, man. You're too handsome.
Don't be a little tech nerd who's pretending to be cool or whatever the fuck you're doing in Hitman.
Because you looked more natural as the cool guy when that was just supposed to be a disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started on Hitman. I knew it would happen.
Doesn't work.
Don't get me started. We need to focus on this film.
Yes. Well, I wish we wouldn't, because just fuck's sake.
Margaret Qualley was fine.
No. As she always is.
As she always is. Great actress. Love to see Margaret Qualley. Yeah, this film is just like Glenn Powell killing a bunch of extended family members to get his inheritance. Fun concept. Maybe under a different actor / director could have worked.
/ script
/ cinematographer / gaffer / catering
/ best boy.
I heard the catering was shit.
Awful.
Moldy.
I think they just had like cans. I think they had canned food.
They didn't even open as well. They didn't give them a can opener to open it. They had to rip it open.
Yeah, interesting. Like in fine enough concept, poor execution to the point that it felt like a chore to sit through.
I agree. I just wanted to be out of there, man.
Just a draining kind of film.
I feel like, did we see this the same day as Project Hail Mary?
We saw it as the same day as something else.
Something else.
Definitely
that was, I think,
definitely
pretty
a double.
good.
And it might have. I think it might have been Project Hail Mary.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
I remember whatever else we saw that day was really good, and then we went to see that, and it just flattened us.
Just like,
like after we saw it second as well.
Fine, let's go home. I'm done for today.
We'll start again tomorrow.
We saw a great film, and we went and had dinner, and it was real nice, and then we went into this other film, and then it was over.
And then that was it.
Done. Completely
Vibe ruined.
Hours of work. Just dismantled.
Yeah, just like a lot of potential squandered. Topher Grace as like a crazy priest.
Like evangelist.
Yeah. That could have been a lot of fun, and was like fun for a moment. There was a few cast members in this that were fun to see, but all the pieces didn't really come together at all for me, and just very predictable. Kind of didn't go anywhere I didn't think it was going to go. Just by the numbers.
Yeah,
bullshit.
It doesn't help that I feel like we've had so many movies this year specifically that have just revolved around the concept of big like death events,
like just having to kill loads of people. Yeah. And it's just, this isn't one of the good ones. And I think the annoying thing is as well, which is, again, it happens with every Glenn Powell film, is everyone fucking loves it. I've seen a lot of praise for this.
It's not good.
He's like got people under a spell.
Glenn Powell, no good. I'm gonna say it now.
I'm gonna say it. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Glenn, if you're watching, you're welcome on the show anytime. Come to our flat.
Yeah, if you want to defend yourself and your ability,
if you want to come here,
we'd be more than happy to host a debate.
We'll debate you.
We'll debate you.
We like twisters.
We're saying that you have a talent, but it's just a very limited talent.
It's just like not the range that you're trying to go for. I understand trying to go for that, but man, you gotta play suave people.
Play to your strengths. Always play to your strengths.
You're gonna. I'm gonna start getting angry if we
keep talking about
this. So I'm gonna move on now.
Yeah, how to stop thinking about this film.
How to kill myself.
How
to kill myself with a gun.
Yeah.
I just typed that into Google. The police are on the way. He called the police. What was it I've typed in the other day? Oh, do you know that meme where it's like the guy from Squid Game and it's like, I'm so fucking scared?
Oh, yeah.
I like needed that meme, but I just typed in, I'm so fucking scared. And the AI thing on Google was like, okay, it sounds like you're in a bad situation. What you could do is, and then, like, listen, like, call the police. Like, I was like, no.
No, it's because you didn't put the word meme afterwards.
I didn't put the meme.
You put the word meme after, that's how you...
I panicked Google. Yeah. Next up, Heel / The Good Boy / Good Boy.
But not really.
/ the new Stephen Graham film. Depends where you look, where you're from, and who you are as to what you call this film. I think it's Heel in America and The Good Boy here.
And it was almost Good Boy here, but then they were like, no, people are going to get confused.
Because there was another film also called Good Boy that we also reviewed in October, I believe, last year. So it's a bit of a mess marketing-wise, this film. But as a film, I recommend for me.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty solid.
I enjoy this. I always love Stephen Graham. I'm sure I've waxed lyrical about him before on this channel.
Yeah, a complete opposite of a Glenn Powell in that he just can't do bad. I don't think he could put in, like, even if he tried to do a bad performance, I think he'd still end up churning out something pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah. He's one of the best we've got, I think. And he's only gone from strength to strength. I think Adolescence, Boiling Point, 1,000 Blows. He's been on a crazy run the last few years.
Venom.
How could I forget Venom? Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
the tip top of
Venom: The Last
iceberg.
Dance.
Was he in that as well?
I think he might have been
Nice.
short in that briefly.
Can't wait to do a video on that when we do and see him again. And I really liked Anson Boone as well, which is just a great actor name.
Yeah,
Anson Boone.
Beautiful Things is good.
Oh yeah, love Anson Boone.
Yeah, I love Anson Boone.
Anson Boone, Benson Boone. Next up, Kenson Boone?
Chanson Boone.
Chanson Boone. He was in Mobland, I think, is what else I've seen him in. Playing a similar character. Teen that goes out and does drugs in clubs.
Loves doing drugs, loves beating people up and bullying people.
Yeah. So yeah, fun psychological comedy. Comedy?
Yeah.
Horror is what I would say.
No, definitely comedy.
I can't believe I said comedy.
I was laughing.
Psychological comedy is a great genre.
Yeah, I'd love a psychological comedy.
What's psychological comedy? Like Curb Your Enthusiasm? Like comedies that make you squirm.
I'd say like
The British Office is a psychological comedy.
Oh yeah, like cringe comedy, I guess.
Yeah, but like the worst.
Tim
cringe.
Robinson's kind of stuff.
Tim Robinson,
in a
maybe
way.
like early Peep Show.
Yeah,
that's what psychological
comedy.
No, yeah, psychological horror. I'd say is what this is probably right. About a guy that kidnaps a ne'er-do-weller. It's not often I get to use that word.
It's just ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-weller.
No, it's just ne'er-do-well.
But no, because he's nearby. He's just in the basement, so he's pretty near.
No, it's just there's no on the end. It's just ne'er-do-well.
It's just ne'er-do-well.
It's just ne'er-do-well. Yeah.
Oh. There's a rat in the attic. Yeah, just really creepy. Great performance, and actually got me quite invested in the family as well. And there's certain moments in this where the Stockholm Syndrome kind of sets in for you as an audience member. As it kind of starts setting in a bit for Anson Boone's character, who I can't remember his actual name, Tommy or something maybe. Tommy. But yeah, some really harrowing moments here as well from Stephen Graham, and also the actress that plays the wife. I've forgotten her name.
Oh fuck! Oh,
she's
God.
someone.
Yeah, she's definitely someone.
Listen, guys, we're talking about like 30 movies here,
and the ones that we saw 15 years ago almost.
I don't remember this shit. Andrea Riseborough.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's not anyone yet. Sorry, I lied.
Sorry, I've never heard of her in my life.
Sorry, I have no clue who that is.
She was in something I don't know.
Fucking hell, sorry. Apologies to everyone. I thought it might have been someone. It definitely wasn't.
Called someone off the street.
Some fucking absolute fucking nobody.
Hell.
Faceless nothing.
But she was fantastic as well. And the son. I like Disney films and football.
And football! Yeah, it's weird how, like... I'm not sure how... It's kind of like a weird litmus test in a way. It's like, how far do you get into this movie before you stop paying attention to the fact he's got a chain around his neck? Like, when does that stop become, like...
Yeah.
When you just start... It's just a family... kind of drama at that point.
That's what I mean, in the way that you get invested in their like story, because he almost forgets himself. Like it just becomes like a natural, like you just accept what's happening at that point and sort of almost forget that he needs to escape. And I even found myself thinking at certain points, it's like, if I was in the situation, I'd just kind of stay at this point. Like,
yeah,
it seems kind of nice.
It's better than what
you get to just kind of chill all day, like watch TV with them and stuff. But yeah, obviously, yeah, gets a bit balls to the wall towards the end. All in all, just solid time, really interesting watch, a good concept pulled off very well, and great performances for everyone involved.
Do you remember the little subplot with the cleaner?
Oh yeah,
What's going on there?
That's maybe the one thing that brings it down. I'm not sure that was needed.
Just sort of comes and goes.
That was a way to have like us coming into the house. As an outsider.
Have an outside
we needed someone to
person.
align with, and that was a cleaner they hired.
Yeah.
Which, insane to just hire an outside cleaner when you've got a fucking kid in your basement.
Yeah.
Just clean the house yourself, man. Like, why are you inviting people around? But yeah, the way that kind of developed didn't really go anywhere interesting, I don't think. But it doesn't matter, because I think everything else around it was fine.
Yeah.
Didn't really bring it down too much for me. So I'd recommend Heel / The Good Boy / Good Boy if you can fucking find it.
You
with all the title changes.
You'll never find it.
Typed it
Sorry.
into Letterboxd and it didn't come up. I was like, what the fuck?
This movie doesn't exist.
What did we just see?
What the fuck? Am I imagining
niche?
an entire movie? I just cast and directed an entire movie, and like I was just actually sat staring at a blank screen the whole time, with people yelling at me to get out because the cinema's closed. Next up is Scarlet. Scarlet is the most recent anime film by... I'm gonna have to check how to pronounce this. By Mamoru Hosoda. I probably butchered that, but directors behind films such as Mirai and Bell, and it's the most recent offering. And it is definitely a recommend from me. This was pretty cool. Interesting kind of take. It's very Shakespearean in its presentation. It's almost a retelling of the story of Hamlet, just with a female lead instead of a male one. But it's still like the story of their uncle betraying their father to take over the kingdom and then going on a quest for revenge. But it's told through this narrative of her being killed quite early on and then having to travel through this sort of limbo sort of territory where there's a bunch of wandering people. There's been a whole like war going on, so it's sort of this wasteland of an in-between world, like not quite heaven, not quite hell. And her uncle's also been able to travel here to try and essentially just break his way into heaven. Has a whole army of people like helping him. It's a very bizarre kind of story, but it sort of makes sense when you watch it. A lot of concepts going on here. Her companion that she spends most of the film with is a paramedic, but like a modern day paramedic. So they kind of explain how this plane of reality they're on, like time works differently. It's sort of like the past and the present and the future all kind of mesh. I've seen the biggest criticism of this. A lot of people thought they used AI to make this. Just the way some of the characters look and the way that... I think it's just because of the uncanniness of it. It's a blend of very traditionally hand-drawn backgrounds, but they used CGI for the actual characters. So it's the combination of they've got like 3D characters on 2D background. So it's a very like bizarre looking experience, but it's very cool. I think it's like stylized enough to work.
Has it got the Studio Ghibli piss filter on it?
That's
how you can tell.
Not the Studio Ghibli piss filter. I did get reminded of that because just her companion is so like just default guy looking that there's certain shots of him that look like that filter.
Yeah.
So I can see why people thought it was AI, but no, it's just like it was a new technique, an original technique, and people aren't ready for it. I think that's the issue. People just aren't ready for that yet.
Ready.
Scarlet, just a cool story of, revenge and how far you'll go to get it, and whether it's worth maintaining that cycle of violence, or whether you can rise above it to do something better.
Next up, Sound of Falling. You alright? I'm okay. Brilliant. Sound of Falling is an incredibly strong recommend from me. Absolutely love this German film. It's about 4 generations living in the same house, and it flips throughout time and goes back and forward and covers themes of shared trauma, generational trauma, assault, and all that good juicy stuff.
No, you
all
can't
that deep,
say that about assault.
all that deep,
you can't
cool,
say that about assault
all that great,
trauma.
all that great
you can't
fun.
say that about
really
assault
fun.
and trauma. You can't say that.
Really great fun.
Stop.
Yeah, explores a lot of those themes. Some coming of age stuff in here, and just a really creative, original piece of work. The way it's edited, the way it's shot, it's so interesting, and so you never quite settle into one thing for too long. It's always moving, this film, and you get to piece together the lives of these 4 women throughout the generations that have lived in this German farmhouse, and how they all saw life and the family that were around them at the time, and just lots of stuff going on in this. And I just think it was done so well, and just really sort of blew my mind in how they made it all work together. And a great soundtrack on this as well, just blew me away. It was one of those I just went to see it on a bit of a whim. It just sounded like interesting. I'd never heard of it or anything, and I don't think I recognise anybody in it, but just generally fantastic film. Would fully recommend this if that sounds good to you. German generational trauma.
And last up for the month of March, Arco. Arco is a recommend from me. Yeah, this is a French. I'm trying to think of. It's like a collaborative. I know it's French, and then I want to say it's like a South American somewhere. Well, Google just says it's French, but I feel like there was some kind of.
Google's racist.
Yeah, Google is incredibly racist a lot of the time. But yeah, this is one of those films I heard about because obviously it was nominated quite a bit during awards season. I want to say it was definitely nominated at the Oscars. I want to say maybe like the Golden Globes as well. The Best Animated Picture. That's why I heard of it. And that's sort of around about the time we actually start getting these films as well. Is they all get nominated and then they actually just decide, the UK hasn't seen this yet.
Oh yeah, we should probably show them.
Yeah, or maybe we
should probably show them the best films of the year.
Yeah, maybe they should actually see these films. You know. Yeah, this is just a fun another like time travel-y kind of adventure film about a young boy getting stuck sort of around not quite our time, a little bit further ahead than we have, but like closer to modern day, whereas where Arco's from is like the distant future where they're all living in like sky cities and they have these crazy costumes and the ability to fly. But the time it goes back to is sort of similar to modern day, but I think they have like sort of advanced tech and robots, and so it's a little bit more futuristic. This movie is like just shouldn't look as good as it does because of how technicolor it is. Like there are so many scenes in this where it's almost like they just put every single color that they could find on screen at the same time.
Select all.
But it just works. Like I don't know how they did it. Someone must have fucking studied color theory real hard over there to make sure that they weren't putting shit in the wrong place. I especially remember there's a scene where they go to like I think it's like a supermarket. And supermarkets, when we think of them, are very sort of bleak and dull, and it's all corporate and like white walls and everything. No, this was like pinks and purples and greens and blues, and they had everything going on.
Asda would never do that.
Asda would never. Aldi maybe.
I can see Aldi doing that.
Asda never. No chance. None of the biggins.
None of the biggins, no. Too corporate.
No, too corporate.
Aldi gets a bit funky with it sometimes.
You know? The absolute best part of this film, the absolute scene stealers in this, there's 3 characters. They're brothers and almost sort of conspiracy theorists who swear by the fact they saw one of these people from the future like earlier in their lives, and now that another one's come back to their time, they're trying to prove that they exist and prove they're not crazy. And they are voiced by Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, and Flea.
Great.
But just their chemistry together, like their back and forth, is so good.
Well, they're all in the Red Hot Chili Peppers together.
They're all in the Red Hot Chili Peppers together,
Makes
I think.
sense.
I'm certain. Like Andy Samberg's definitely in a music group, so it must be that.
He's in one of them, and I think it's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I've definitely seen Will Ferrell sing before.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be, right?
But,
I can't imagine this. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the movie is just so much fun whenever they are on screen together, and I think that's sort of like when it's at its absolute best, is when they're just allowed to sort of banter and bicker back and forth. But like, just it's a nice, simple story. It's told well. It's animated nicely. Great action. Heartfelt when it needs to be. And then just a nice. I'd say a nice sort of message about just environment. There's a little bit of environmentalism in there. There's a little bit about sort of being self-reliant and just the dangers of allowing ourselves to sort of lose a sense of ourselves to like innovating and sort of evolving technology, and how it's potentially a lot of that stuff is we're so reliant on it a lot of the time that when it's gone, it's like we just fucking freak out. We don't know what we're doing. But yeah, just a fun time, just a fun ride, and it's one of those things where like it's not one of the big studios. It's a smaller project, but still doesn't hamper them. They know how to make a lot out of a little, and that's what really matters.
Every little helps.
No.
No,
I've told those bastards. I've told those bastards not to do that anymore.
It all helps.
You've been taking backroom deals.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Tesco. Not the channel.
Not the channel, just me.
Just me specifically.
As a human being
they didn't
in my
want
regular
to sponsor
life.
you. We've made it to April, folks.
We're doing it. We're churning through this. Powering through. Soldiering through.
We're soldiering through. This is what we saw in April. First up, They Will Kill You. A recommend from me.
Yeah, I'd say a recommend as well.
Sassy Beats is back, and she's killing again.
We have to stop her.
We need to stop her.
Can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, another fun time. Girl in a hotel has to get out. Full of Satanists trying to kill her. She got to kill them back. Lots of fun side-scrolling action sequences. Bit of old boy influence in here, I reckon. A lot of fun slapsticky stuff. Bit of gore. Tom Felton's in this. What more could you ask for, really?
Yeah, I feel like the fight sequences, the action sequences were just really well choreographed, really well shot. A lot of creativity and how she sort of improvises a lot in these. It's choreographed in a way where it doesn't look choreographed enough.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious that she's using some kind of like pre-attained fighting style, but there's a lot of sort of rolling with the punches and thinking on her feet, and so it looks a bit rough and tumble at times, and that's the best kind.
Yeah,
because I don't like it when it's all like it's guys hitting their marks.
Yeah, when you can tell, you can see the choreography in it, and it's like hoo ha he hoo hoo. Yeah, they made it look way more natural, which is probably somewhat harder to do in such a stylized style. A bit redundant to say there. Stylized style.
No. It's important.
The film's very stylized, though.
Yes.
It's got a style. It sticks to it, and it works for what the film is as well. But yeah, like difficult to make fight scenes seem natural when it is in such a heightened environment. So it is all the more impressive that they were able to pull that off so smoothly. I think Zazie Beetz is just a great lead here. Not often she's leading, I don't think. Always love seeing her and stuff. Very fun. And yeah, the ensemble cast around as well. Patricia Arquette is in this, and there's a few more familiar faces, I feel like. And I think the comedy is great as well for that. Lots of banter between the villains and stuff. Just hits all the marks. Just like a well choreographed fight scene, this film hits all the marks.
It's it's gruesome, it's bloody.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing mind blowing.
Nothing mind blowing, and then they have fun with the payoff at the end.
Yeah, it's in the same league as like Good Luck Have Fun, like Send Help, that sort of area. For me, and it was I haven't thought about it much since, but it was a great time watching it, and I'd watch it again given the opportunity.
Yeah,
I can't make that opportunity for myself. I can't just go and stream it and watch it. Someone has to offer that to me.
I can't make a streaming service. I don't know how to do that. Sorry.
And well, I'm making the Zazie Beats streaming service.
If you want to watch anything with Zazie Beats in it, it's going to be exclusively on this.
Do you remember the Jeremy Renner app?
Yeah, I love the Jeremy Renner
I'm making the Zazie Beats app.
But there's actual content on there.
The difference is that Jeremy Renner made his own app. I'm making Zazie Beats app, and it's going to be great. And we can just talk about Zazie Beats all day, post pictures of Zazie Beats on there. And if Zazie Beats wants to join us, we'd be more than happy to have her.
Yeah.
Might get a bit intimidating.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Make it
It's going to be a little bit crowded on that sofa with Glenn Powell and Patrick Wilson also already there.
They're already there. Zazie Beats can come on.
We finally got them agreed to come, but they could all only come on one day. So we had to get all of them together.
We had to make it work. We had to buy several more microphones. We had to get another
We weren't passing on the
splitter.
opportunity. We weren't doing it.
But yeah, all around fun time for me for this one.
Yeah. I also saw Ready or Not 2. Here they come. So
Yeah.
rewind. Listen to all that back again, but replace Zazie Beats with Samara Weaving and Tom Felton with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
We're doing choose your own adventure at this point. Like there's so many films here. You edit it as you see fit. At this
Maybe
point.
they shouldn't have released the same film twice within the span of a month. They shouldn't have done that.
No, that is true. There's been a lot of that this year.
Yeah.
Like you say, we mentioned earlier. There's been a lot of just comic violence.
Similar films, yeah.
Next up, the drama. Boy, I've been waiting till we get to this one. I love this shit, man. This is a strong ass recommend.
This shit is a fucking recommend right out of the box.
A fucking recommend right here, folks.
Right here. Why the fuck are you for? Why the fuck did you think it was gonna be anything
recommends.
else? You fucking dumb
What
bitch.
you talking about?
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. Zendaya, Pats, and a whole host of drama.
It's just the one drama, actually.
This show is great. You all know how much I love Robert Pattinson. I've praised him so many times at this point. I've lost count on this channel. Zendaya, I haven't had as much of an opportunity to talk about, but always love seeing her too.
It's because you refuse to watch Dune anymore.
I don't want to watch Dune. I also tried to watch Euphoria and didn't make it past season 1. That shit is boring as hell. But she's fantastic in this. And great to see her doing an indie sort of drama. I say indie. It's like A24. Mm-hmm. They're fucking Marvel at this point.
No, they're not.
They're the Marvel of India at this point.
No.
They're churning this shit out.
No.
They've become synonymous with grainy indie films starring
The Rock.
up-and-coming popular actors.
And The Rock.
And The Rock.
And The Rock.
Directed by auteurs that leave children on roofs.
Like The Rock.
It's hard to talk about without giving away a lot of it.
Yeah, without saying
wanna
what
do
like the
too much.
main crux of the film is and what like
Because the marketing did a really great job of not really revealing what this is
the
about.
drama is.
It's sort of marketed as like a couple going through it. You know, there's obviously something gone wrong. It doesn't quite specify what. And then, yeah, obviously there's a moment in the film where that is revealed and, you know, makes a lot of sense going forward. But, I mean, yeah, just the chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Zendaya here, I think, was great. And then a performance from Alana Haim. A performance from Alana Haim.
A performance, you know.
One of the many.
Other actors, you know, scenes.
You know.
Camera shots were in this, you know.
Lighting was great.
Yeah, you know.
No, I'm a big fan of Haim, the band.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always fun to see her doing some acting.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be the one that's getting into acting. I think she's been in the last 2 Paul Thomas Anderson films at this point. Or 2 or 3. And she was in a Josh O'Connor film as well I saw last year. She's getting in there. She was fine. She played a very bitchy best friend or bitchy sort of workmate sort of thing. She did that very well. It just unravels very well, this film, I think. Just lots of great scenes in here as well as an overall film. Lots of really fun, interesting moments. And what more can I say?
Yeah, if there's anything that will always sell me on watching a film, it's Robert Pattinson panicking.
Absolutely.
He's just he sells distress like nobody else. I don't think.
Well, this is his second film in a row, where it's like an indie film in which he is part of a dysfunctional relationship that is falling apart at the seams. And so yeah, he just clearly had a moment of doing that for a while. And his next film, he plays the guy from To Catch a Predator. What's that guy called?
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Is he doing that?
Yeah, prime time. He's playing Chris Hansen.
Wow.
In a film about the making of To Catch a Predator. That man cannot be pinned down. You know, you never know his next move.
I don't know what his thing is. You don't know what his thing is, and you never will.
So, always excited to see what he's doing.
It's like you said, it's hard to really go into depth without spoiling what the main content is, but I feel like most people should go into it and not know it.
It definitely benefits from not knowing what it is. I suppose we could mark this point as the point where spoilers will be spoiled from now.
Please don't watch any further. Please
don't watch any further.
Turn it off.
Here it comes. Here's the spoiler. Here it comes. Zendaya's an incel.
Yeah, weird casting choice there.
Zendaya plays an incel in this.
Zendaya planned the school shooting.
Zendaya was on Reddit in this.
Yeah, Zendaya was inducted into the manosphere.
Zendaya went on Andrew Tate's podcast in this film. Isn't that insane?
Zendaya's dad was Stephen Graham.
Robert Pattinson was interviewed by Louis Theroux.
Zendaya was arrested in Turkey because they saw her pizza box. And she ordered pizza.
Zendaya human trafficked Robert Pattinson.
None of this happened, really.
You'll never know unless you watch it.
Except for some of it.
You'll never know unless you watch it. You don't know what's true and what's not there.
Yeah.
Unless you watch
some it. Some of it is, some of it's not. It's up to you to work out the truth from the lies, and that's the game. And that's the game in the film, is work out what's real and what's not.
There you go. Next up, California Schemin.
California Schemin.
California Schemin, we're unforgettable.
Daisy Dukes and other things as well.
James McAvoy's directorial debut.
Oh, that's good.
That's good, isn't it?
That's good, actually.
This is James McAvoy's directorial debut. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we had to say it so that we weren't doing it musically.
Yeah, I had to get a clean one in there. Pretty strong recommend from me.
Yeah, recommend for me as well.
I mean, as the directing goes, I mean, nothing special.
But
I thought it was fine.
Solid, competent.
But, fine. It didn't need to be McAvoy, but he was clearly passionate enough about the story to do it. It's always cool. He's in it as well. A story about two Scottish rappers who pretend to be American in order to break into the business, to try and call out the hypocrisy of the executives that wanted a certain sound. They were presenting the same songs in a different voice, and suddenly they were wanted and they were famous. Based on a true story as well.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching the documentary about this. Was it called The Great Hip Hop Hoax, I think?
On Vice.
Yeah, it was probably one of those ones. I remember watching that a few years ago. It's just a fascinating story. I don't think we're old enough to remember it happening. It's very early 2000s,
yeah, 2000s,
height of D12 Eminem sort of period. Just a really fun, interesting, unique story that it's insane that it actually happened, even though it's obviously very dramatized for the film. There's a lot of stuff. It didn't quite end as explosively. Like in real life, they just sort of petered out.
It just sort of
there wasn't a big reveal or anything like that. Obviously, the film has to do that.
I'm pretty sure the real life situation only kind of came to light because he wrote the book.
Yeah, they revealed like years later, like, oh, by the way, we're Scottish, and it was like, what the fuck? You talk what? What are you on about? Huh?
Yeah, we've always been Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, well, always Scottish.
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Apologies.
Sorry, what do you mean? What, the whole time? Who are you again?
I'll see you later. No, I'll see you later.
Sorry, who are you guys?
Go on home. See you later. Goodbye.
Never heard of you.
See you later. Bye.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, hi honey, I'm home. I had the weirdest interaction today. A guy came up to me in the street, said he's always been Scottish.
But I swear I remember him being American. I swear
I saw him on MTV being American years ago.
I swear to God, Christine. You're not listening to me.
Delilah! I thought the two leads here were fantastic. Neither of them are Scottish, I don't think. Or maybe one of them was.
I think, we definitely looked up a film.
We looked it up.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe one of them is and one of them isn't.
Yeah.
But obviously it was interesting to do a Scottish accent and then on top of that, do an American accent. Do a Scottish guy doing an American accent.
Yeah.
So yeah, impressive stuff, and to rap in that voice as well. The songs were a lot of fun. Like, they're just great hip hop songs, like, regardless, and that's kind of one of the many points of the film, is that the music is good, but at that time executives were interested in a certain sound and a certain voice and persona. They wanted to find the next Eminem, and they didn't think that was going to be anyone from Scotland, I guess.
Racist. A little bit racist.
So
yeah, I think we said coming out of it, like, going forward, at least if this movie's anything to go by, James McAvoy's directorial style, or at least his calling card, his tell with it, isn't going to be a particular like technique or a certain look to it. It's more going to be the Scottish experience is kind of his trademark as it comes to making films. I can see a lot of his films being about just, his native homeland, about its people, about events that have happened from there, and just shining a light on it.
Yeah. I mean, him himself, he's got experience of being a Scottish man who has been made to perform under different accents. I heard him talk about in an interview when this film came out, talking about how he wasn't Scottish for like years in his career because he was just typecast as like the pretty English boy in most stuff, and he's done a lot of American things as well. And yeah, just how like regional accents, it's just taken so long for regional accents to be accepted outside of like caricature sort of characters, like, for a lead to have any other voice other than like the Queen's English, or like classic American is just, it was so rare unless it was a specific type of character. So so he's had his own experience with the industry wanting a certain type of voice. So yeah, I think he was the right guy to tell the story, even if he didn't do anything super adventurous directing wise. It didn't really need it. It's a captivating enough narrative, and he managed to, I think, just step back and let that shine, and not have it be like the whole thing be, oh, this is my film, I'm James McAvoy, I've made a film. Kind of let it loose a bit. It just happens to be directed by McAvoy. It's a story he cares about, and I think that does show through the film as well. He clearly was passionate about this.
If we could offer just one piece of advice to Mr. McAvoy going forward, James Corden doesn't need to be there. That could have been literally anyone else.
I'd forgotten about the James Corden jump scare.
Don't make it James Corden.
Every time James Corden's in a film, it's a jump scare.
It's incredibly jarring.
Because they can't use him to market it. No one will see it.
No, the people will actively avoid it.
So that's your one mistake, McAvoy.
I know you were both in Starter for 10 together, but we don't need a reunion anytime soon.
Doesn't matter. I know you're both called James.
Don't need that.
Doesn't matter.
He's not even Scottish, James.
He's not even Scottish. But you're welcome on the show anytime.
Yeah.
That goes to McAvoy. Corden.
Not Corden. You're banned.
You're
banned for life. For life. You'll never earn your way in.
You're not part of this. McAvoy, come join us. Zazie Beetz, Patrick Wilson,
Glenn Powell.
and Glenn Powell on the
Glenn
sofa.
Howerton.
And Glenn Howerton.
Because we will call him first by mistake, and then we'll feel bad about rejecting
then we'll have to
him.
invite him as well. So we'll all sit on a sofa together, and everyone can have a go at Glenn Powell. James McAvoy like, what are you doing there? You don't have the range.
You're not me. You're not me.
Glenn, now this is a man with range, Glenn. All right, take a good look.
Did you fucking see? Splitty buys about 50 fucking guys in that.
He's bald as hell in that. Next up, Rebuilding. This is the latest from Josh O'Connor. And I get to say that about 3 times a year. This man's pumping them out.
He just keeps fucking churning.
He's going at unprecedented rate.
Can't wait for fucking Disclosure Day.
Oh my god, he's just in everything. And you know what? I'm not complaining. He's one of my faves of the moment. I'll admit it. This is a pretty strong recommend from me. I enjoyed this. Rebuilding is a story about a bunch of homeowners in rural America who lose their houses to a forest fire and have to go and live in a trailer park together. And it's just about quite literally rebuilding. And, it's about community, and it's about human resilience and the way they can all support each other in a time like this, and just how the human spirit can withstand such disaster and so many setbacks, and how people can manage to stay alive and upbeat in the face of that. I think it's just such a beautiful, poignant film in the way that it explores all that. The first 2 acts are very quiet and very contemplative. There's a father-daughter storyline going on as well, with Josh O'Connor's character, and the kid actor in this is very good as well. He's really great at just playing disheveled, down on his luck, kind of he does that a lot. And he's just fantastic. He really does carry this film. And the ensemble cast around him, a lot of indie actors I hadn't heard of before, but everyone really brings it. A lot of sweet moments here. My one criticism, I guess, is I think the third act gets a bit sappy towards the end. After playing it so cool, I think for most of the film, it does start to tread into that Hollywood territory towards the end of the tearjerker thing. But it earns it in a way because it is an emotional sort of story. But yeah, it becomes it's teetering on the edge of cheesy.
Yeah, the violin,
at that
the sad
point,
violin starts playing.
The violin, the sad violin, the stock royalty-free soundtrack.
Yeah, the bloom is turned up to huge.
Yeah. But it worked, they did jerk those tears out of me. So yeah, I guess it earns it, but it was my one thing of I was like, it's getting a bit Hollywood right now for such a understated sort of indie drama. But all in all, I loved it. Really sweet story. I'll follow anything that man does.
And last up for April, Undertone. Right off the bat, not a recommend from me. And it's a quite simple fix. I don't have to talk about this too long because it's a quite simple fix. It's going to be more difficult for anyone that's watching on, a laptop or a larger tablet or on a TV. But if you're watching on your phone, just kind of put your hand over the screen and just continue listening. And this is the experience that would have potentially made Undertone good. Undertone is a movie that is hindered by the fact that it's a movie, I think.
Wow.
It's it's the horror movie about a sort of true crime, spooky, supernatural podcast host who gets a bunch of audio files sent to them through a mysterious email, and then supernatural demonic shenanigans go on, blah blah blah, horror happens, and then movie ends. Didn't need to be a movie. I think this would have been so much more effective had it been in the format of an actual podcast or
Like an audio drama.
Like
kind
an
of
audio
thing.
drama, yeah. Like I don't know what's the shortened version if you said like a like a modcast.
Modcast.
You know, if this had been a modcast,
I just pronounce it modcast. Like you.
you know,
That's not how I say it. Cast.
modcast.
Modcast.
You know, if this had been a modcast, it would have.
I mean,
been
that happens.
good.
Like fictional.
Yeah, like fictional, like
story
audio.
podcasts,
Yeah.
like limited runs.
I think that would have worked a whole lot better.
Mm.
It would have just been so much more visceral, and because you're taking away the visual element of it, you're focusing more on the sounds and like using your imagination to. Because some of the files they play like are quite creepy and spooky, and are just. I can't really get into it as much because what I'm watching is a woman staring at her like computer screen and reacting to it, and I'm like, this is a feature length reaction video, is what this movie is.
Yeah.
And I just think like all of the stuff outside of the actual audio and the podcast stuff is uninteresting. All the little filler bits where they flesh out the story or like have her own personal drama and how it connects it's all just it's uninteresting. It would have required a bit more creativity to do it purely audio, but I think it would have benefited massively from it in the end. So yeah, Undertone could have been, you know, it's one of those what ifs. Like if they'd done it in the right format, could have been pretty good. But as it is, it's just another horror movie that I think will be forgotten about quite quickly.
We are now entering May.
The home stretch.
It's gonna be May.
Oh, that's not been done before, I don't think, ever, by anyone.
Just thought of that. First up for May, The Sheep Detectives.
Oh, fucking hell, The Sheep Detectives. Fucking hell.
Now, I wish this film was a not recommend, because then we could be like, it was bad.
Yeah, it would have been so perfect.
Unfortunately, it's fucking great.
It's so good.
What the hell?
What the fuck? This is like the sleeper hit of the year.
This is
the sheeper
fantastic
hit of the
year.
year.
The sheeper hit. I can't believe it. This is such a strong recommend. One of the strongest of the day.
Easily, like
what
I saw the trailer when it came out. Like it came. I feel like the trailer came out in like December or whatever. I was like, that's stupid.
It looks like a made-up film.
That looks like that looks like the kind of film that would appear in a film.
It's like if Hugh Jackman did a film where he's playing himself and it's like a parody of his career.
Yeah.
And then his agent's like, "We got a good one for you, The Sheep Detectives."
It'd be like a smash. It'd be like a smash cut to him do it. He'd be like,
"It's so stupid."
He'd be like, "Absolutely not. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm not doing it. There's no way you can't make me do it." And then smash cut to him doing it. That's the kind of film that it seems like it should be.
But no.
But
it's a real film. It's a real good film.
Was it made? Like, is it made by a British studio / director or?
You know what? I don't know much about that. I didn't recognise the director's name.
Because it felt like...
It felt very British.
Very British, yeah.
Some British cast.
Patrick Stewart
was here.
Bella Ramsey.
The guy that played the copper was
Chris O'Dowd.
American, though.
Yes.
He was doing quite a good British accent.
Was it?
I wouldn't have guessed.
Was it the cop I was thinking of?
Nicholas something.
Yeah, because I think it's the one where like we were watching it. I was like, I'm sure I recognise you from somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I googled it, and he's a side character in Sky High.
Yeah. Oh, yes, he's the blonde one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I googled the same thing. I meant to tell you actually.
I was like, how did I recognise that?
No, same.
Like,
I remember the whole film. I was like, he's familiar, but I couldn't place where. He's the blonde kid from Sky High. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental. I still can't think of his name. It's Nicholas something, I think.
No.
Yeah, very British comedy kind of vibes, like
British
small
comedy,
town,
yeah.
like village even. Like a whodunit murder mystery, which like on top of the crazy concept of like, you know, anthropomorphized sheep solving a murder, it's actually just like a pretty gripping mystery that has like a good reveal, and it just like it all just comes together, and it's just got these like really sweet moments in it as well. The winter lamb thread throughout I really loved, like that whole concept. It's the kind of thing where it's like quite a predictable film. You know, you're obviously like, oh, they're going to accept the winter lamb.
Yeah,
there's going to be a big message on all that stuff, but it didn't really matter because it was just so like enthralling anyway. and actually just like a great rumination on death and loss at the same time as all of that, which like a genuinely quite mature take on bereavement and how memory works when you lose somebody, like all of that stuff, and it's talking sheep on the screen, and I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's weird how like this has been marketed as a family film, and like how it's presented as a family film, and I just feel like kids who go to see it aren't really going to get the full impact or really going to get the full experience of watching it. I feel like it's more clever than it's really cool how like they constantly bring up like the rules of these murder mysteries, and how this movie like simultaneously does its own thing but also like really heavily leans into all the tropes while also like kind of poking fun of them at the same time.
Yeah, like it's like a classic thing a lot of films do now, where you are very self-referential about it so that you can get away with it. Like they have to construct the murder mystery in that way because that's how it's done, but when you're a bit like wink wink about it, you can kind of get away with it a bit more. So yeah, I think they did that very well. But yeah, like you say, I mean, kids aren't reading Agatha Christie. They're just there for the funny sheep. To be fair, there was a lot of kids in our screening that we went to. We went on like a Saturday afternoon. To be fair, so there was a lot of families. And the biggest laugh, I think, was when Mopple, the Chris O'Dowd one, sticks his head through the fence to try and eat the carrot or whatever it is, or strawberry. But yeah, lots of funny moments. But yeah, like a sort of strangely mature message underneath all of that as well, I thought.
Yeah. Also, just a crazy tonal shift as well. Like as soon as they kind of go to investigate like the neighboring field, it very much suddenly turns into a horror movie.
Yeah,
like,
really creepy.
Okay, oh nowhere.
Yeah, I think the way they used like sheep are kind of an underused animal for these sort of things. I think like I can't really think of another film that has like loads of sheep in it. Babe. Yeah.
But then that was still the pig was the main one.
Right. Like when you think of anthropomorphized, like there's loads of cats, there's loads of dogs, loads of birds.
Shaun the sheep.
There's Shaun the sheep. Oh fucking hell, I forgot Shaun the sheep.
There's Shaun the sheep. It's Shaun the sheep. It's in the theme song. Come on. He doesn't miss a trick or ever lose a beat.
Shaun the sheep. You're welcome on the show anytime.
Aardman, you're well. I mean, I'm saying that to the whole studio. You're welcome on the show.
Nick Park. Bring Wallace and Gromit with you. Have him here. We'd love that. Yeah, what am I talking about? There's plenty of sheep.
Yeah, you're saying sheep are underrated.
Sheep are underrated. Maybe that's the right word.
Yeah.
They're underrated as an animal to make funny stuff about.
Black sheep.
There's the black sheep.
Yeah, black sheep.
Wolf in sheep's clothing. Are we just naming phrases about sheep?
Oh no,
now?
Black Sheep was a film.
Oh, it's a film.
Yeah,
sorry,
I
thought you were saying black sheep, the concept of a black sheep.
No, it was a horror.
Horror film.
Where the sheep start eating people.
Oh, like a zombie sheep.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Counting sheep.
Yeah. That was a good bit.
There's a great joke in this.
Good
a guy who counts the sheep and falls asleep. Yeah. Just good stuff, man. It's good stuff. And Hugh Jackman, I would have liked to see more of him, but he's the one that gets murdered. That's not a spoiler. That's the premise.
They put that in the trailer. They put that in the trailer so that you know not to expect him in a lot of it.
Yeah, he's in a few flashbacks, but yeah, he's the crux of the story, but he's just really not in it that much.
Yeah.
Despite being kind of the main character, the lead, but yeah, lots of fun voice cast as well for all the sheep. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Chris O'Dowd, Patrick Stewart we've mentioned.
Yeah. The Marvel reunion.
The big Marvel reunion we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, the X-Men reunion. Yes. Bella Ramsey and the bold one from Game of Thrones.
Nicholas Gallet scenes in this. I can sense he's going to have a moment very soon.
I hope so.
He's been an up-and-comer for a little while. He's doing He-Man. He was in like Bottoms and stuff. He's been around doing stuff, but he's going to blow up. I think he's going to blow up.
He's going to die.
And it's going to be because of this. He's gonna fucking explode.
He's gonna go boom.
If I've got anything to do with it, Nicholas Scarlet's scene is going to explode.
He won't see another fucking film. Not if I have my say.
He's gotta go boo.
So I guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
Sometimes you gotta go see a film.
Or a sheep by its wool.
It's not a phrase.
Or a shepherd by whether or not he's played by Hugh Jackman.
Very convoluted and specific phrase. I don't think that would apply to many things.
Or a village festival by how many stalls it has.
Yeah, I like that. That's for the Sheep Detectives fans out there.
The stands. Does this have stand accounts? Hope so.
Oh, fucking better.
Better.
If Project Hail Mary does this, must. Come on.
Deserves it.
Come on.
Deserves it.
Going to see Sheep Detectives every day. Oh my god, my precious cinnamon roll. Hugh Jackman. Mopple.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Oh, I forgot to mention Molly Gordon. Bottoms reunion. No, she's not in Bottoms, never mind. She's in Theatre Camp.
Fucking hell. Same film.
They're all kind of
More or
muddled up.
less.
Her,
More or
Rachel
less
said it.
same film.
I'm a fan of that whole crew. Molly Gordon, great to see her get some mainstream recognition off the back of this. She's going to blow up. If I've got anything to do with it, Molly Gordon's going to fucking explode. Next up, Obsession. I said that a bit weird, sorry.
Yeah, but that's okay because it fits the vibe.
Weird film.
Weird film.
The latest indie horror. Fucking breaking all sorts of records, this box office.
All horror's indie horror.
No, you
except
know what?
for a lot of it.
No, you know what? You're wrong.
No, you know what? I'll disagree.
This is my new technique. I
strongly.
sound like I'm about to agree with you now.
I immediately
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, now that you've said that, you're completely wrong. So,
Oh, actually, no. I was just thinking. Yeah, it's actually brought it up considering you said that. Factually, you're incorrect.
yeah, pretty strong recommend from me.
Yeah, this was good.
Creepy
This was
as
good.
hell. This really tapped into my fears. Women.
Being the main one.
No, the
Women commitment.
women commitment,
Relationships.
having a job. No, I've talked about this before, but my fear is like having someone just standing looking at you. I don't know why that concept freaks me out so much. But when horror starts tapping into that sort of thing is when I find it the scariest. And this film does a lot of that sort of thing. Like the way she was standing in the doorways, in the corners of the room. I really found very effective and very chilling. But so this film is about a guy who wishes that the girl he likes would love him more than anyone in the fucking world, is the exact wording he uses. Obviously, the wish comes true, but goes way too far. She goes a bit psycho. There's the premise.
I wasn't expecting like some of the visceral like gore effects it had. Like they were really impressive a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Especially for a film with such a sort of comparatively small budget in relation to like other horror. I feel like weirdly going into it, a lot of people, that's kind of what is the drawing point, but it's not like the main thing that happened. Like it's used quite sparingly. I feel like there's certain scenes where it is used, and that kind of it's a bigger deal. It has a bigger impact because it's not constantly all the time.
Yeah.
So if you're going in like expecting like a bloodbath, it's not that kind of movie. It's more about sort of just the uncanny performance of our sort of lead villain.
Indy Navarrete. I just googled her in preparation because
Hartwell.
I wanted to shout her out because she was so fucking good in this. And like she better win something. She better win something.
I mean, yeah, if it's anything to go by, we've already had a horror movie with our lead character being played by an actor called Indy.
That's true. Holy shit. The Doc. But yeah, Indy Navarrete, bright future. If I've got anything to do with it,
If I have my say,
she's gonna fucking explode.
I've
got a lot of.
you've got a lot of.
I've got a lot of bombs to strap to
You've
people.
got a death wish, but for others,
I'm going on a fucking
you're going around
reign of terror.
Awful.
And the lead actor, I think, was Dave Franco.
Sort of.
In a way,
it could have been.
Could have been easy.
Like, you could have easily put Dave Franco in there and I wouldn't have known the difference. You could have swapped him out at any point and I wouldn't have realised. I would not have realised.
But yeah, he was great. Michael Johnson, he's called. Pretty great performance from him as well. This had kind of similar vibes to Together, speaking of Dave Franco, for me. Similar sort of visceralness, centered around a relationship and feeling very small as well. This film feels very contained, and I think is all the better for it because we really had a cast of like maybe 5 characters in total. Like the main 4, there was a few like tertiary ones here and there, but yeah, just the way it unravels as well, and like we never quite know exactly what causes it or why it happens or what she's possessed with, what this creature is or whatever. It never quite explains that. I always like that when it doesn't quite give away the mystery, you know. We didn't have the moment of like someone just explaining it, which a lot of horror tends to do if it's some sort of supernatural thing, where it's like, oh, this is the scene where they just explain it. They didn't really get to that, I don't think, and they didn't need to.
Yeah, it's more creepy like when it's just kind of you're forced to accept that this is just something that's happened. There's no way to change it. Like they had a brief thing about like, oh, have you called like the help number? Like, have you read all the back of the box and called the number?
There was bits and bobs,
and it just reinforces the point like, you can't fix, there's no other way of fixing this other than just fucking killing yourself. Like
he didn't really get to dig deep enough into it to really figure anything out as such. He just had to kind of roll with the punches and like just try his best to like survive.
There's like a real nice balance in there of like you never really know who truly is kind of the monster in the situation. Like obviously there is quite a literal monster that's taken over, but there's the constant sort of almost breaking of it. Like she temporarily kind of snaps back to herself. And there's the constant debate about which one of them is actually the one that's sort of taking advantage in the relationship. Which one is the toxic presence? And it's kind of both of them.
It's like he brought it on them in the first place, and like she is a victim as well of this supernatural like entity, whatever. Really interesting. But some fucked up shit. Loved it.
And I'm glad that it's kind of spreading and like a lot of people are seeing it and it's being so successful.
A lot of people are pairing it with Sheep Detectives, funnily enough, just because they've come out at a similar time and they're both films that no one really expected to be big. I mean, there's not a lot on at the minute. There's kind of not much out right now, but like it feels like these two have kind of shot up to like, you know, the big word of mouth films that people are going to see.
Next up, Passenger.
You only know you love it when you let it go. You only know
they didn't use that one. It's the other predictable song they use in it. So we jump right from a real good, great horror movie to maybe the worst piece of shit I've seen in a long time.
Oh no!
Instantly not a recommend from me. This is a big fat thumbs down. And in a way, I dislike this movie even more than less competently made ones, like that Silent Hill movie that came out that everyone hated. I would probably rather watch that again than Passenger, because the one thing I can say, at least with that Silent Hill movie, is at least they had the balls to try and adapt that material. Even though it was never going to work, at least they had the gall to try it. Whereas Passenger is just every single horror movie you've ever seen, ever. Doesn't push the boat out in any department. Doesn't try anything new. The most formulaic, predictable bullshit you can imagine. Which made it especially funny that there were a group of about 4 girls sat to the left of me somewhere who were fucking screaming. I was like, ow. I could tell you exactly when every single jump scare is going to happen. I could tell you. I could just tell you.
Those people watch like 3 films a year, though. Yeah. 3 films a year crowd.
That's probably the first horror movie they've ever seen.
Probably is. They didn't know films could be scary.
I didn't know.
They thought it was the Chris Pratt one. Passengers.
Oh no.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh no.
They thought they were seeing that.
Yeah, I always think with these like really basic, just lazy, by the numbers horror movies, the one thing I can always say is like, all will be forgiven if you have like a really, really cool monster design, and you get to see the monster, the spirit, whatever, for the first time, and it's just like an old man. It's just an old looking man. This whole movie has just been them being haunted by fucking Emperor Palpatine, is what it feels like. But at least like if it had been him, like I would have found it funny. I would have gotten a laugh out of it.
That would have been insane.
That would have been real good if the reveal had been it was just Emperor Palpatine following.
Like he's like in the public domain now. It's been so
Yeah.
long. And they're just making horror movies unrelated to Star Wars, where he's just in it.
It's exactly what you just mentioned with the Obsession as well. They have that exact scene of them sitting down with the book and the Google bullshit and explaining exactly what everything is and how it works and how to beat it. Every single thing you expect in that kind of movie, they hit it beat for beat. Yeah, fuck this movie.
Bottom line,
a Passenger, it's especially like not helped it that hit has come out at the same time as Obsession, which is a great like
it's just like completely gone. Like
had loads of good reviews and word of mouth has spread it real good, and like no one's going to be paying attention to this now.
No,
it's like it's dead in the water.
I got it as the only thing I've seen about it is I got it as a YouTube ad at like 2 a.m.
Was it like the
which that shouldn't be allowed, by the way.
Was it the exact trailer as well, where it's like it was just the whole opening of the movie basically?
No, it was really quick. It was a really quick one,
okay.
But it was just because I don't agree with horror movie trailers being
at that time
being involuntary, forced upon you ads. Like what the fuck? I'm trying to fall asleep to YouTube here. It's going like,
yeah, real fucking bizarre choice as well for that trailer. That is the whole opening.
Oh right.
The whole opening of the movie was the trailer.
Maybe it was that one and I just skipped it. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but that's crazy.
We've definitely seen it in the cinema. We've definitely seen it popped up. Yeah.
Shows how much I pay attention.
Yeah. Bad.
Oh, I remember now. It's the two in the car.
In the car on the road, yeah, and then they pull over and like that is.
That wasn't the one I saw on YouTube, but I remember it in the cinema now.
That is the opening of the movie.
It's like a short film.
Yeah, that's.
I was like, is this going for so long?
I literally like I was watching it
crazy,
like they play the trailer. Essentially, the way the movie is, they play that, which is the trailer, title card. Everything past that is new.
Yeah, that's mad. That is crazy. Next up, the Chronology of Water. Now, I have cheated a little bit here. This is technically a February film, but I've saved it for May because I only watched it on streaming yesterday. I missed it in the cinema, but I really wanted to see it because this is a recommend from me. This is, I think, the directorial debut of Kristen Stewart, the actor. And man, if James McAvoy's directing style was kind of boring, Kristen Stewart is fucking insane. She throws everything at this film. This film is such an experience to watch. It's based on the memoir of Lydia Yuknovich, and is essentially her life story, starring Imogen Poots as Lydia. She grew up with a sexually abusive father, was a professional swimmer and became a professional writer. And it's about how art and creation can help you process deep trauma and turn pain into something raw and beautiful and real, in other words to that effect. But the way Stewart uses the frame and the colours of this film never stops. It never sits you down in one scene for too long before flickering in and out of the next one or flashing back. Like the structure of this film, it's like very nearly linear in terms of the stages of her life that we see, but it's also constantly flashing backwards and forwards. We're seeing like various scenes and we're getting context for stuff that we had flashed at us like half an hour earlier is now being fleshed out into a full scene. The first like 15 minutes, I don't think it stops. It's like a montage nearly. I just think it's so creative. Like she was so bold in making this. And there's certain stretches of it where it does fall into that territory of like, okay, this is someone trying to kind of make their mark and do I'm a director kind of directing, but she earns it just because of the sheer creativity and boldness, I think, that she's able to pull off here. And Imogen Poots in the central role is just fantastic. Such a raw performance from her, and like kind of a hard to look away performance. A lot of uncomfortable moments in this. It's a film about pain. It's a film about trauma and suffering, and being able to turn that into something. And I think the film is almost a product of that as well. I didn't actually know it was a true story until the end when it said based on the memoir of. But that just makes it all the more effective, I think, that it was based on a real life and a real person who is still with us, I believe, and, had a hand in making it as well. But yeah, clearly a person and a subject Stuart is passionate about, clearly a story she wanted to tell here. And she just tells it in such a specific way that I think is so creative and unique, and not something I've necessarily seen done a lot, just in terms of like the technical aspects. She really clearly understands film as a form and is able to break the rules because of that. And I'm just really excited to see what she does moving forward. I think she could make some really, really interesting stuff.
I'll tell you what, you just love gushing about the cast of Twilight.
I fucking love it. Those two. The stuff they've done since Twilight is crazy. How is Twilight them?
That just makes sense.
The way they bounced off Twilight into some of the most creative and ambitious and unique things possible. Mad.
Yeah.
Mad. Yeah, I love them both. And you know what? Kristen Stewart's not been someone I've particularly followed as well. Like, she's done the odd bit here and there, but maybe she's going to be way more interesting as a director, if she's going to be doing more of this going forward. I think she's been ridiculed as a bit of a boring actor over the years. I don't think she is. I think Twilight called for that, and that's just her biggest role. And I don't think she has managed to quite break away from that in the way Robert Pattinson has, in terms of being known for other stuff. But, I think behind the camera is maybe where she's going to shine a bit more in a different way.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff where she has got to do more interesting roles hasn't been like as promoted or as celebrated. Like she did Love Lies Bleeding a couple of years ago, which was really good. But it's like that kind of film where they're not like massively promoted or massively pushed.
Yeah, kind of indie stuff to the sideline. I think she did the Charlie's Angels remake as well. Like she played Princess Diana. She's had a real sort of back and forward sort of career. Someone that's very hard to pin down, I think, which is great. But yeah, she just hasn't really been in the limelight much really since Twilight, I don't think. But if she wants to go and make cool stuff behind the camera as well, I'm all for it. She's got the HAZMAT seal of approval.
Meaningless. Again, completely valueless. And last up, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Baby Yoda.
He's finally getting name recognition.
Who the fuck's Grogu?
I'm sorry.
Where's Baby Yoda gone?
Why he used to be traveling with Baby Yoda and they've swapped him out for Grogu.
Who the fuck is
what the fuck is a Grogu?
Who the fuck is Grogu?
This is a recommend from me. This is fun. I think this is the most fun I've had with a Star Wars movie for a long time. I mean, the last Star Wars movie we got was 6-7 years ago. I think it was 2019 when...
Really?
Yeah, it was 2019 when The Rise of Skywalker came out, I believe.
Yeah. I guess they've done a lot of TV shows since then.
Fucking sucked. And the one before that also fucking sucked, so...
Great.
I think it's a lot of it's been the supplementary content where people have started to kind of get on board again, and I think The Mandalorian has kind of been the front runner in that regard. People fucking love this guy. Din Djarin is the hero we deserve. We love him. I always think a bizarre casting choice, though, in a way. Mr. Pascal. I think he was already established, pretty well established. When
I think
he
he'd done
was
like
cast.
Narcos or something.
He'd already done Narcos. He would have already done Game of Thrones. He was already like a pretty well known name. To cast someone like him, and then for like probably less than 5 minutes total screen time, actually have his face visible.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They're like, hey Pedro, we wanted you to play this character who never takes his helmet off. It's part of his creed. You can't ever see his face.
Hey Pedro,
No, we're not calling you ugly.
You're one of those actors where like your face is like one of the most recognizable right now.
Like everyone fucking fancies you. Everyone thinks you're hot shit.
Put on this helmet.
Put this bucket on your head. It's a very weird vibe kind of to this movie, in that it didn't really feel like a cinematic release to me. If anything, it felt like this was like a half-season arc of the TV series, but they just did it on a bigger scale with a bigger budget, which like I'm not against. I think the closest way I could kind of describe this is the most accurate it felt like was, Marvel's started doing those like feature presentations. They did Werewolf by Night, and then the most recent one they've done like the Punisher one.
Yeah, it's like not a film,
not quite a series, but not quite a film.
Yeah,
this felt like what this should have been, as like a sort of bridge between like the third and fourth series. Like I feel like the fourth season's kind of been put on hold for a bit, and they've been working on this movie, and I hope we get another season because, like I said, I've really enjoyed the series. Yeah, a lot of people have just said this is kind of like okay, I guess. It does just feel like a feature-length episode of The Mandalorian, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it kind of just relies and sort of plays into everything that makes the series great, specifically just the chemistry between the two leads. I mean, I say leads like one of them's a fucking little puppet or whatever they use.
Hey, Ryan Gosling did it.
That's true.
Why can't Pedro?
Like I said, like you sometimes you just have to have a regular sized guy and a little
weirdo.
A little weirdo. Yeah, like
that's just our channel.
It's just,
what regular sized.
I think that's why we engage with it so much. Just because we're seeing ourselves reflected on the screen. Yeah, this dynamic is really good. It's like the whole story that's been told over the course of this series has kind of been Din Djarin being this hardened Mandalorian warrior, bounty hunter, like ice cold killer, doesn't care about your feelings, he's just there to do a job. And then it's through meeting Grogu and then eventually taking him into his care that he's kind of softened up, and his code of ethics have changed a lot, and he's started sort of building allies and building like lasting friendships with other characters. Just them together is like is exactly what you need. Is you have a very cool main character, which is what Star Wars kind of like depends on. It's always been about like how cool it is, I guess, because I don't think it's ever had particularly strong like stories or like character development or growth or anything. It's mostly like a spectacle, Star Wars. I think everyone kind of accepts that at this point, and I do think the Mandalorian and Grogu are kind of like the future of the franchise. Like, this is our main guys going forward. We're done with all the Skywalker stuff. It's over. We don't need to revisit that. Please don't put more any weird CGI Mark Hamills in there anymore. I don't like that. But yeah, it's kind of been marketed weirdly as well, I think, is what's affected it a little bit in people's perceptions. A lot of the trailer revolves around these big action sequences where he's fighting the Imperials and their big walkers and all their tech. That's basically the first 5-10 minutes of the movie. And then the rest of it is nothing to do with the Empire at all. In fact, he's in a conflict with the Hutts throughout the rest of it. Remember the Hutts?
Is Jeremy Allen White one of the voices?
He's one of the Hutts. So you
I
have to watch
remember
it
seeing
now.
he was the. I have to watch. Fuck.
For his whole filmography, you got to watch it.
Damn it.
Which means you got to watch the series.
I'm now at 99.9% filmography Jeremy Allen White.
You got to watch the series first, though.
I do.
You got to get the context. But you got Jack Black to look forward to.
At least I've got Jack Black
You got Jack Black to look forward to.
Can't wait.
Jack Black, Bill Burr,
Lizzo.
Richard Ayoade.
When Lizzo shows up, I'm going to be like, it's about damn time. I feel good as hell.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that man fell off my roof.
That's a little specific. Now it feels like you're confessing to something. Yeah, it's weird that they put so much focus on this like ice planet sequence of him fighting the Empire, and then the whole rest of the movie is basically like a swamp with him fighting the Hutts. But like, there's a very cool like twist to not really a twist, but like it changes perspective in that Din Djarin gets poisoned while fighting this big monster, and now Grogu is the one who's having to take care of him instead of the other way around. He's having to become self-sufficient and use the skills he's built up over time.
He's growing up
to
so
make sure
fast.
that like his dad doesn't die.
Oh,
And it is official now. That's his dad.
like Jason Lee and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
They went
That's
to the
how
court house.
That's the big spoiler. Season
It's actually
3
how it-
ending is Din Djarin adopts him as
that's
his
fun.
son.
I like that.
But yeah, like if you just want like a fun Star Wars movie, yeah, this is good, and I think it shows that we don't necessarily need like to focus on all the Jedi stuff. Like, even though that's been kind of the crux of the series so far, it shows that there are other interesting stories we can tell, because it is such an expansive universe. We don't need to rely on the whole like Jedi versus Sith thing anymore. Like, we can tell all these stories about like the New Republic and the Rebellion and these bounty hunters and all these like little side stories, and they're still just engaging. It's just about making strong characters that you can relate to. So
Hell yeah.
go and see. You can go and see The Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters now, probably still.
Well, folks, we made it.
We're all caught up, apart from
4
all the
months.
ones we didn't talk about.
There's a few we left out just for time, and they were just mid. We tried to talk about the best and the worst here today. And listen, we're going to try and get the monthly thing back to being monthly again, because otherwise it's just the thing.
Oh, I love The Thing.
So we'll try our best to keep up.
Doomsday's coming out. The Thing.
He's back. He's fucking back. Thank you for watching HAZMAT, reviewing every film from February, March, April, May, but also not every film. Most of the films they saw
Just a
in
handful
those
of them,
months
just, cherry-picked.
of
handful of
2026.
If
Take
you
it away.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see us do more stuff like this in the future, you can support the channel by leaving a like or a comment. You can hit the subscribe button as well as a notification bell. That way you'll be alerted to all our more recent uploads. And as always, all our socials will be listed down in the description.
And join us next time, where I get Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson in a room together and we just work this shit out.
There's a rat in the attic.
I'd forgotten about the rat in the attic.
There's a rat in the attic and the cooker's broke.
Send help.
Please call someone. I can't live like this anymore.
Oh shit, there he is!